What if our highest ambition isn't wealth, power, or fame? What if our highest ambition is self-actualization, the idea of becoming the best version of ourselves? Hear me out. I believe that true success comes when we are truly fulfilled. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about redefining ambition and the expression of self-actualization. So stick with me to the end of the video. Hi, my name is Jesse Danielson, and I'm on my way to building a $1 billion one-person business. Yes, and I'm starting this series called Launch Yourself, where I believe that the individual, the person, you listening to me, when we are fully self-actualized, we have true success. And one of the expressions of that success is in the form of not just solving your problems, helping other people solve their problems, and that is now fully manifested or expressed as a one-person business. I truly believe that we're living in one of the greatest opportunities in human history. I mean, all the technology available, all the platforms available. Anyone, anywhere can make a living online by productizing and monetizing themselves. So I am on that path. I'm helping solve that problem for myself, and I'm helping others solve that problem as well. And I'm hoping you can join me on this journey, and hopefully I can make the world a better place. Okay, let us talk about ambition. And I'm going to tell you a story to illustrate my point. So in the 1950s, the United States and the Soviet Union were having the Cold War. They were trying to see who will control most of the resources and be world power, post the Second World War. So one of the areas that was affected was space, and there was an all-out space war, space race. And in the beginning, the Soviets were actually leading. They were the first to go to space, and the Americans were not having it. So they came together. Their president, JFK, gave a memorable speech called the Moonshot address, trying to convince the Senate and the nation that it is their calling or their duty to go to space. You can look it up. Very beautiful speech that's just galvanized the nation and made them build rockets that will send them to space. So 10 years later, as the Moonshot address by JFK was made in 1962, I believe, he said that by the end of this decade, they were going to put a man on the moon. Unfortunately, JFK did not live to see that, but a man did land on the moon. 3 men landed on the moon, the first being the most popular, Neil Armstrong. But that address by JFK, called the Moonshot address, has become one of the most inspiring speeches of all time. And many people from all over the world are inspired by it. So much that even tech companies like Google created a Moonshot factory where they try to solve huge problems by providing radical solutions. And therefore, they now build technology to solve these problems. So some people have described a moonshot as a lofty goal, something, huge that you're trying to achieve, usually within a period of time, say 10 years, right? But many people now have also personal moonshots. I have a personal moonshot. I want to be able to be $1 billion richer to help solve the education crisis in my country, Nigeria, and in Africa. So that's my personal moonshot, right? So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and hopefully I'm going to reach that in 10 years. I'm doing that by solving my own problems and then helping other people solve their own problems and turning that solution into a business. So for me, my ambition is to help solve the education crisis. So by doing that, I want to actually become the best version of myself. So self-actualization is something that everybody should be looking towards. Self-actualization is something that all of us should be looking to achieve, so to speak, that we become the best version of ourselves. Because here's what happened to me when I started this path of self-actualization. I stopped competing. So I stopped looking across and seeing who was doing better than I was. And all I wanted to do was compete against my future self. So the goals I had set, the moonshots that I had set, I would measure myself by how close I was to achieving that. And that for me is quite fulfilling. I've never been happier. And I'm hoping that every person that is listening to me will, learn one or two things from there, because the world teaches about ambition, and you have to be better than the other person, you have to dress better, you have to look better, sound better, but honestly, you shouldn't really care about keeping up with the Joneses, right? You should care about becoming the best version of yourself, fulfilling your God-given purpose and reaching your God-given potential. That is what I believe you're called to do on earth. This video is about you becoming the best version of yourself. So you need to redefine your ambition. Your ambition should not be about becoming better than other people. Your ambition should be about reaching your fullest potential. That should be your personal moonshot, right? And your moonshot is your self-actualization goal, right? For you to be fully self-actualized, I believe that for me, the framework I use is this self-awareness. You really need to be honest with yourself about your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunities that you are able to present or give to the world, and what threatens and hinders your growth. So you need to be fully aware of your strengths and your weaknesses. Really heighten your strengths and kill all weaknesses. Then you need to have a form of self-education, right? The universities these days just are tubes or tunnels that carry people from one point or prepare people for the traditional economy. Meanwhile, the economy is constantly changing, right? How are you preparing yourself for the future? So there should be some form of self-education that you're doing. That's honestly what I achieve. So self-awareness, self-education, and honestly, self-care. Your mental health, your spiritual health is very important. You need to connect to God. You need to connect to having, abundance and growth mindset, right? You need to have joy in your life, because you don't want to climb the ladder of success and realize that you're the only person there. I don't believe in that. I believe in carrying as many people as possible along that journey. That's building a community, at least. I don't believe in that. If you want to succeed, go alone. Yes, there's a level to that, which is you agreeing with yourself that I'm going to be the best version of myself, and that. But this idea of success does not have friends personally. I want to be able to take care of my family, my loved ones. So that's my goal. So to be fully self-actualized, ambition, self-awareness, self-education, self-care, right? And some might even put expression, in the sense that they are able to fully promote themselves or promote their skills, their knowledge, or their experience, right? So let us redefine ambition in our generation. Let us stop looking over our shoulders and, admiring what the green grass on the other side. Many people, like I often tell some of my friends or people that care to listen, that you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and you're looking over the fence and you're looking at the grass is greener on the other side. It could just be faux grass. It could be fake grass. It could be carpet grass. So focus on what God has put you on earth to do. Become the best version of yourself. Be self-aware, be truly honest with yourself, and set lofty goals that you are driving yourself to achieve with everything with you. So this video is a call to you to become the best version of yourself. Now, lastly, one of the expressions of a fully self-actualized person, I believe, is, in today's economy, building a one-person business. Let me explain. So people that are self-actualized are usually problem-centric. They focus on solving their own problems in a constructive way. So they figure out how can they be better, and they give themselves to solving their problems. So if you're able to distill the solutions that you've used into a framework and you share that with people to solve their own problems, often people may be willing to reward you financially to solve their problems. Does that make sense? So the self-actualized person is someone that solves their problems, distills it into a framework, shares it with others into products, and hopefully these people can use it to solve their own problems. So the one-person business model is one of the best ways to help people, honestly, because you are first solving your problems and then you are helping others solve their problems. Now, a one-person business is a type of business where the only full-time employee slash employer is the person, which is what I'm trying to build. If you've not seen my video of me talking about my transition from entrepreneurship to solopreneurship, I'm going to link it so you can watch it and see my own story from running a creative agency to with a dozen people to building a one-person business like I'm doing right now. So for me, a fully self-actualized person, one of the expressions or manifestations of self-actualization is building a one-person business. So if you're on this path where you're confused and you're looking for what to do with your life, one of the things you can start doing is try figuring out how to solve their problems. Let me give you an example. You could be trying to lose weight, right? Or build your body or try to maintain fitness. You will educate yourself. So you have the self-awareness that you need to be healthy. Then you will now self-educate yourself on all the things you need to do, or, commit yourself to a fitness coach or, resources that will help you build your body. When you give yourself to solving this problem, you are able to share the solution you used. And people like you that are going through the exact problems that you're going through can use that framework. And often, if you're able to productize it, you may be even able to monetize it. And people really don't mind rewarding people that solve their problems. So solve problems and get paid. Solve problems, get paid. Anyway, this video is basically about people that want to become the best versions of themselves. And this is me calling everybody listening to the sound of my voice and watching me right now on YouTube. I'm calling you to become the best version of yourself. It's time to ditch fear and stop consuming content all day and listening to motivational videos. Start solving your own problems. Get better, become self-aware, self-educate yourself, take care of yourself, and then become a fully actualized person. Thank you. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this series is about you launching yourself to become a one-person business, a successful one-person business. So you can watch this next video for more. Thank you.